Hello, and welcome back to my 10K science build series. We are in creative mode. We are building things using instant blueprinting, and we are attempting to build a series of science builds which produce 10,000 potions a minute. With the design constraint, I'm in bringing in raw materials with trains. We are then attempting to do all the processing on site in tight, carefully controlled logistics networks to avoid needing to move extra material around by trains. Okay, so at the moment we've done a half build for arms. And what we're doing now is filling in the other half of the build, although things aren't going to be entirely symmetric. There we go. So this is some iron smelting. Then we have 4 smelters here. I wish we could see recipes for smelters. Okay, so 4 smelters. Then we have gears. That's it. Then we have 1, 2, 3. Well, let's just grab it. So we have 5 more smelters. Takes us to there. Great. Then we need to put in a Roboport network to there. Is that it? Yeah, I think it is. Then just some electricity to bridge things through. This lines up to there, I think. There. Then we can put down the Roboports this side. Now, I don't actually know if this will be enough Roboports for the load in this build, but we will see. And this all seems a bit lopsided. It looks even more lopsided now that we've got the rest of the build in. But anyway, we will see how this works. Okay, so we have these 2 smelters. I think I'm going to build this and then move it. Not quite sure where this will end up. Then we have I think all of this actually needs to be symmetrical because it's got the green circuit build in, and I don't feel like mirroring the green circuit build. Okay, so let's take the whole of this and line it up here. And how are we lining it up? So the way it was lined up before was that the green circuits were roughly where they were needed. I think that's as good a place as any. Okay, So I'm not particularly happy with the way these things are located. I've got this blueprint, so I can now delete it this side. Okay, and we can have another look at where that blueprint would go down. There. Okay, and then we have a single smelter gap here. It all feels a bit lopsided. Feels like we should be pulling up one here and putting it down there. One up here and one down there. So let's try that. Okay, so let's grab that. Put it down here. Like that. That has the full 14 sources. Okay, so then this one can go. And this one can go. Okay, so I think that is the build. Let's take this away. Okay, and we can pull up all of this. Okay. So then the question becomes, how do we actually arrange trains for this? Because we're going to bring in, presumably we're going to bring in a train of iron ore and a train of copper ore. But this is a single build. So let's just put down a station. Okay. And let's start off with 2 locomotives. All right. So then we could put in 8 carriages. So that's 16 carriages. So that's 4, 16, four. Okay, we can work with that, I think. So let's get that fueled up. So I would have been using 8 carriage trains, but the issue is we have basically 2 builds here. So 2 8 carriage trains is 1 16 carriage train, right? Okay, let's hop in. And I'm trying to sort of line this up. Alright, so this has 2 carriages sticking out the back. This only has 1 out the front. So something like that. Okay. Right, so it looks like I can be a square forward or a square back from there. And we'll go with a square back. So let's call this... Oh. Science Pack 2. Science Pack 2 inserters iron ore. And then this is going to be the same except copper ore. Okay. Right, so let's send this to okay, and we can put down some lights. We may well need more lights than this. Okay, I obviously put more than one fuel cell in some of those. There we are. Okay, so now we need to work out about unloading them, and I am pretty convinced that 1 per carriage will be adequate. So it's more a question of where the midline is. Oh, that's fine. The midline is right on the carriage, so that's fine. All right. So we need to take material out. Okay, I think I'm going to take that away. And I'm lining these up on the middle segment of each carriage. Great. So then the next thing is to supply the power. So if that was there, that is sort of a pattern there. That's not too bad. I like that. Right, we can delete this. We don't have any radars down. Let's put a radar down. I should probably design all of these so that they have radar coverage. Alright, this build is not going to get complete radar coverage like that. Yep, I think that's complete radar coverage. There. Let's run away. Yep, so that's fine. It's quite important with these large builds that you incorporate radars into the build. Okay. So then the next step would be to dummy in stations to supply these trains. The other thing is I need an area that is the size of this train waiting. Because I'm not actually sure what the unload rate for this is compared to the consumption rate. Right, so I don't want the station or the power or the drones or the arms or boxes. Okay. So I just want this. Big trains means big builds. Okay. There you go. And then the same for this. There we go. So then we need to do a loop for the second train as well. Oh, that is the second train. Okay. There we are. Right, let's put down some extra signals. Okay, and then let's put down some stations. This is the inside one. And this is Inserters Copper Mine. Okay, and this one is going to be Iron Mine. Okay, then we can set up some refueling. Let's do it a bit back just for neatness sake. Okay. powered. It takes as long to set up all this stuff as it does to design it sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we are going to be loading in ore. Okay. So take one of these. 1, 2. Okay, that's 2 carriages. 4 carriages. 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, 16, 'and then whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's it. Cool. So then let's take and then this final one should be lined up with a signal to mark that the train has gone in. Okay, let's take the whole of this, not including power. Put that down. And there we are. These are our trains for mocking up this side of the build. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I have trash on. Because clearly I will never need more than 6. That's probably why things were going wrong earlier with fueling the trains. Okay, there we are. This is copper mine, so I need some copper. Okay. Auto trash. Turn off copper. Turn off iron. Okay. Great. Okay, so now I can auto trash this back down to 1 stack. Okay, now let's do the same thing with iron. And then I think we're going to leave it there because we have spent enough time on this episode. Okay, there we are. All right, I'm going to call it there. We are then going to set up some duplicate trains. We're going to deploy some Logibots, and we're going to see if this build is working, because I'm not sure if it is yet. At that point, we'll know if the arms are being made correctly. Then we'll have to go and do a similar mock-up for belts. And we don't have Logi coverage out far enough. Okay, there we go. Which means that this is going to have to move out. Further, but I think it's okay. Do we have the same thing the other side? No, we've extended that. Okay, so, yeah, and this is looking really like a big network. So, again, we may decide we need to cut this in half. And we haven't even got the bots in here. So, anyway, I'm going to call it here. So next time we're going to get the trains actually running for this half. Until then, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.